Hi, today we will learn about that how the fat soluble vitamins get dissolved in fat and are stored in liver as well as the adipose tissue. So let's get started. Suppose you consume a sandwich stuffed with lots of peanut butter. This is a sandwich stuffed with lots of peanut butter, and this peanut butter basically contains what? It contains the vitamin D. Vitamin D, it's fat soluble vitamin, and butter means what? A fat. So butter means what? Fat. So this vitamin D gets dissolved in fat and just goes along with the fat and gets stored in the adipose tissues as well as the liver. So the fats are in the form of triglyceride. So I will write here TAG, a short form of triglyceride. Okay, when you consume basically the sandwich stuffed with lots of peanut butter, it goes through the mouth, and in mouth what happens? There is no such lingual lipase activated or active there, so there is no such digestion in the mouth of fat. Then it goes where? It goes to the esophagus. There is also no such digestion. Then it goes to the stomach, and it is that there is a churning process occur. Churning of fats occur here because the stomach contains what? Stomach contains the acids. Now this triglyceride, TAG, basically we are talking about the fat, and in fat only the fat soluble vitamin, that is vitamin D, is dissolved in it. So now this TAG moves to the small intestine. And the small, if you talk about the anatomy of the small intestine, it consists of lots of loops. And what is the role of these loops? Basically, these loops are, the greater the number of loops, the greater will be surface area, and hence the greater will be the absorption. So absorption is directly proportional to the surface area here. And that's the reason why the carbohydrates, proteins, and even the nucleic acids gets absorbed in the small intestine, even the fat zone. Okay. So what happened? As soon as this triglycerides entered into the small intestine, first it enters to where? It enters to the duodenum, and in duodenum what occurs the emulsification. Now who is responsible for this emulsification, and what is this emulsification? Emulsification simply means that there is the breakdown of the big fats into the small fats droplets. Structure doesn't change, only they get into the smaller form. Fat gets into the smaller droplets form. Okay, now emulsification is basically being carried by whom? It is being carried by the bile salts, and bile salts are basically the bile juices which are being secreted which is being secreted by the liver. And what are these bile salts responsible for the emulsification here? Is the sodium taurocolate as well as the sodium glycolate. Okay, these are responsible for the emulsification here. As soon as what does they do? They just simply wrap around this fats. They simply wrap around this fat, and what does they do? TAG, they just wrap around the TAG. And suppose this is the structure of the bile salt. They have a polar head, and they just break this fat into the small droplets. Small fat droplets. And therefore it increases the surface area because the fat is being divided into small droplets, so it increases the surface area. And as there is emulsification process finished, what happened? The emulsified fats are now being acted upon by what? By the lipase. Now what is the lipase? Lipase, basically the pancreatic lipase, which is present in the intestine, small intestine. What does it do? Lipase basically they act in aqueous medium, aqueous environment. So as soon as the surface area of this fats increases, and so what does they do? They just act upon the TAG. Now what does they do? They act on the emulsified fat, and what does they do? The lipase basically it converts the TAG with the help of water, or you can say it just breaks the ester bond of the triglyceride and converts into the final end product, that is glycerol as well as the free fatty acids. Okay, it's converted into the glycerol as well the free fatty acids. Now what happened? These fatty acids are being absorbed by the intestinal cell. But we all know that the destiny or the destined location of these fatty acids are to get stored, where to get stored into the adipose tissues as well as the liver. So now what happened? They gets converted into the triglyceride by the process of esterification and by the removal of water. So what happened? Again the water is removed and again the ester bond is formed here and triglyceride is formed. Now this triglyceride, what happened? This and if you talk about the fatty acids, fatty acids basically is what? The carboxylic acid. Fatty acids, they contains a lot more different alkyl groups attached to it. So it can be palmitic acid and a lot more. So I'm just just a brief idea of what happened here is we have taken the triglyceride. Okay, so now the triglyceride is again formed. Now these triglyceride, as they are hydrophobic and in nature, they just cannot enter the aqueous environment in the blood. So what happens? There comes a carrier, that is lipoprotein, and it just simply surrounds this triglyceride along with some of the cholesterol and lipid present in the small intestine, and it forms a structure that is called the chylomicron. That is called the chylomicron. And what is the role of this lipoprotein? See, this is the lipoprotein which surrounds the TAG along with the lipids and the cholesterol. See, lipoprotein is basically it has a polar head and its interior part is though hydrophobic to maintain the moiety of the fat inside, fat and the lipid inside. And this the primary role of the lipoprotein here. This is the lipoprotein. The primary role of the lipoprotein is to transport, is to deliver or transport the hydrophobic fats to the destined location, that is the in the blood, to the destined location, that is the liver as well as the adipose tissues. So what happened? They form a structure called as the chylomicron. Now these chylomicrons are basically they just simply cannot cross the lymphatic vessels, the lymphatic capillaries there. So there's present a special lymphatic vessel, that is the lymphatic lacteals is present, because as this lymphatic lacteals have a large pore, so this chylomicron easily passes by this lymphatic lacteal, and it goes where? It goes to the heart, veins, and then it goes to the heart, and heart just pumps the blood to the lungs, and lungs, what does it do? It just reoxygenate the blood, and it sends where? It sends to the arteries. And after arteries, basically we're talking this chylomicron is being delivered, and this chylomicron where it finally it reaches into the capillary. And we know, if we talk about the capillary, basically the capillary contains there also a present enzyme, that is lipoprotein lipase. And this lipoprotein lipase basically acts upon the chylomicron. They just act upon what? They just act upon the chylomicron, and they just break down these chylomicrons into the fatty acids. And these, because why fat? Because chylomicron consists of the lipoprotein as well as the TAG, triglycerides. So the triglycerides are basically converted into the fatty acid as well as the glycerol. So these fatty acids gets absorbed by the surrounding cells of the capillaries, and most of the muscles absorb it, but the primary or the biggest absorber of these fatty acids are the adipose cells. The reason behind is that the adipose cells, it contains a small nuclei and it contains a dense cytoplasm, and just because of the dense cytoplasm, it is called as the specialized cell that is used to store the fat. Because of the dense cytoplasm, it can store a lot of fatty acids. So what happens? These fatty acids get absorbed by the biggest absorber, that is the adipose cells surrounding the capillaries, and these fatty acids get stored in the form of TAG, triglyceride, in the adipose tissue. So one destination is completed here. The one destined location is completed here. These fatty acids gets stored in the adipose tissues. Now the chylomicron here present in the capillary bed, basically some of the chylomicrons does not get converted into the free fatty acids, and so the left behind chylomicrons are called as the chylomicron remnants, and these chylomicron remnants also contains the nutrients, so they should not be easily excreted out. So here comes the hero in play, that is what? That is liver. And liver just simply what does it do? It just absorbs the chylomicron remnant. It just absorbs the chylomicron remnant. So the chylomicron remnant is being absorbed by the hero, that is liver. And hence we come to the conclusion that the second destination of the fatty acid is also being delivered to the liver. So here the second destination, here the first destination is the adipose tissue. So the chylomicron remnants, as the chylomicron contains what? The triglyceride as well as a lipoprotein. So this triglyceride is what? The fats, and fat contains what? The fat soluble, and in fat what is present? The fat soluble vitamins. So the fat soluble vitamins, it also reaches to the liver as well as to the adipose tissues here. So this is all about how the fat soluble vitamins get dissolved in fats and are basically delivered through the blood, and they just get stored where? They just get stored into the liver as well as the adipose tissues. So this is all about this lecture. If you have any doubt, you can comment below. Thank you for watching this.